New Doctor Strange 2 plot leak sounds quite believable. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has ended its production. It is without a doubt the most anticipated MCU movie of 2021. That's just because there's a lot of speculation, and we don't have any concrete information about the film. After the departure of director Scott Derrickson, the film found its new director in Sam Raimi. It was a like-for-like replacement as Marvel needed a horror director to take over. But it may have been a blessing in disguise, as Raimi also had the experience of directing the first Spider-Man trilogy. As of now, all we know about Doctor Strange 2 is that the Scarlet Witch is going to appear in the film. She is going to return after the events of WandaVision. Besides her, Xochitl Gomez is coming in as America Chavez. And the likes of Wong, Mordo, and Christine Palmer are returning as well. Apart from this casting info, we don't really have a lot of intel upon the narrative. Considering that it is a multiverse movie, there's a lot of speculation about which other character from the multiverse will show up. The likes of Ghost Rider, Blade, Captain Britain, and Namor have been among the rumors since forever. As for the villain, people have been presuming that it is either Nightmare or Mephisto. After WandaVision, some fans also think that Chthon might be involved.
You have no idea what you've unleashed. You're gonna need me.
But the latest report from the Illuminati suggests that Doctor Strange will be battling the big bad Shuma-Gorath in this film. No one knows for sure right now, as the Illuminati's past reports about hulking in WandaVision did not come true. So there's a chance that this one might not be true either.
Stop.
Surprisingly, Marvel has managed to keep things about Doctor Strange 2 a big secret so far. We haven't even heard a whiff about the story. But there's a plot leak floating around the internet, which could match the Illuminati's recent report. So let's look at that. But before I continue, it'd be nice if you guys could hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Okay, so here's what the plot leak says. Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Mordo, Wong, and the Ancient One return. The new characters in the film are Clea Jericho Drum, America Chavez, Cagliostro, Nightmare, and Shuma-Gorath. Chavez is a young girl who can create portals between universes. She can hop into different universes just like she does in the comics. And Gorath wants to use her as a vessel to spread madness and consume the entire multiverse. Then comes Nightmare, who is Shuma-Gorath's shape-shifting, mind-bending enforcer. His objective is to capture Chavez. Doctor Strange and Wong rescue Chavez and assemble a team to protect her. This team of sorcerers include the Scarlet Witch, Baron Mordo, Clea, and Drum. Scarlet Witch has gotten pretty proficient with her powers, but she learns more with Strange. Clea is the Ancient One's estranged daughter, born with the connection to the Dark Dimension. Drum is a powerful voodoo witch doctor and former student at Camartage. Strange's plan is to contact the spirit of Cagliostro, the sorcerer who originally defeated Shuma-Gorath, and learn how to reproduce his ritual. Once again, Mordo doesn't agree with Strange's method and thinks that this plan is too dangerous.
I will follow this path no longer.
So he goes rogue and sets out to kill Chavez before Shuma-Gorath can get to her. The final battle happens in Shuma-Gorath's realm of dead universes, populated by physical manifestations of people's worst fears and nightmares. This is where the horror element comes in. Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Elizabeth Olsen, Benedict Wong, and Tilda Swinton are returning with newcomer Xochitl Gomez. Another new MCU actor is Daveed Diggs, who is cast as Jericho Drum. Bruce Campbell mostly appears in Sam Raimi's movies, so he is set to play Dr. Druid in this one. Dr. Druid is the Sorcerer Supreme of a parallel universe. It is a small comedic role showing us the relevance of the multiverse in the title of Doctor Strange 2. Now comes the big info. The leak suggests that Jeremy Irons was approached for Cagliostro. Charlize Theron passed on Clea, so Vanessa Kirby and Jodie Comer were among the current frontrunners for Clea. Nicholas Hoult was in talks for Nightmare after Adam Driver turned it down. But none of these castings were confirmed, and this is where the leak comes to an end. We'll have to wait for the first trailer to confirm things later this year. It is 2021, so we are expected to have a D23 Expo later this year. That's when we could get our first trailer for Doctor Strange 2 if San Diego Comic-Con still does not happen. Now let's analyze the plot leak we just went through. In the first film, Strange and his team of sorcerers fought against Caecilius, who was a follower of Dormammu. Strange ultimately stopped Dormammu in the Dark Dimension because the big villain wanted to consume Earth. This time around, he and his team, which includes Wanda as well, will take on Nightmare, who is the enforcer of the big floating-eyed villain, Shuma-Gorath. Again, if the earlier discussed plot leak is correct, then the final battle will happen in the scary realm of Shuma-Gorath. So do you see the parallels between the first film and this plot leak? It is quite similar. The difference is that Dormammu was just going after Earth, but this time, Shuma-Gorath wants to consume the entire multiverse and spread total madness in it, hence the title, Multiverse of Madness. The stakes are much higher, and another important addition to the story is the future young Avenger, America Chavez. The addition is different from Doctor Strange 1, but it has similarities with 2 other stories. According to the leak, it seems that Doctor Strange 2 will be a mystical version of the Birds of Prey. In Birds of Prey, we saw Harley Quinn, Huntress, Black Canary, and Renee Montoya protecting the young Cassandra Cain from Black Mask. And in Doctor Strange 2, the leak suggests that we will see a team of sorcerers protecting the young hero, America Chavez, from Shuma-Gorath. Now comes the second element of similarity. In Fox's first X-Men movie, Magneto wanted to use Rogue for his mutant expansion plan. Wolverine and the X-Men prevented him from doing so. In the same way, Shuma-Gorath wants to use Miss America for his madness expansion plans, but Doctor Strange and the other sorcerers will prevent her. It's just that the scale of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is much bigger than what we saw in Birds of Prey, X-Men, and the first Doctor Strange movie. All in all, this leak sounds exactly like what Kevin Feige had described Doctor Strange to be. He said that this will not be a horror movie, but rather a film with scary sequences. And that's what this leak suggests, with the scary realm of Shuma-Gorath bringing people's fears to life. Also, what's fascinating about the plot leak is its casting revelations. Davey Diggs would be perfect as Brother Voodoo. Jeremy Irons as Cagliostro, Nicholas Hoult as Nightmare, and Jodie Comer as Clea would be all super amazing. It is safe to say that this leak is pretty well written and almost believable. But because of the plot similarities that I've pointed out, there is a chance that this leak might not come to life. Also, there's nothing about Wanda's kids or the Darkhold in this one, so we have to take it with a grain of salt. But then again, those parts about Wanda and her kids could just be the missing elements of this leak. And if you think about it, what else is really left to do if not this? We've seen countless superhero movies in the last decade or so. Plot similarities are actually quite usual these days. Both Doctor Strange and Ant-Man had similarities with Iron Man. These days, Marvel does come up with a lot of original stories. But maybe, the originality of this film is that it is going to be much bigger with its scale, scope, and stakes than the movies it has similarities with. Overall, things about this leak made perfect sense. I've seen plot leaks that were far worse than this one. But you never really know with these leaks. Parts of Avengers Endgame were leaked way before it came out. We found an entirely accurate plot leak of Wonder Woman 1984 more than a year prior to its release. So it will be interesting to see if this Doctor Strange 2 leak turns out to be true. Would you like to see this mystical multiverse story come to life? Let us know in the comments. And I'd request you to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. That's all for now. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!